What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. What I have pulled up is the radar for basically the majority of the Midwest right here. So last night we got a lot of snow in Minneapolis. There are reports of over 10 inches of snow in a lot of the suburbs around there. So that's something to let you guys know about. Definitely something interesting that happened over there. So basically, where the storm is right now, it has just entered the Chicago area. We're starting to see a lot of snowfall for parts of Gary, Valparaiso. South Bend is going to get some. Waukegan's already in it. Kenosha is about to is getting some potentially heavy stuff as well too. Like most of Illinois is in the snow right now. Parts of Missouri, this very powerful band that just exited Springfield. Right here, that's going to bring rates of potentially 2 to 3 inches an hour. St. Louis is right in the middle of it right there. So definitely something to pay attention to right there. There's a bunch of cold air that is also moving through as well. You guys, for example, in some parts of the Midwest, the temperature around 8 o'clock in the morning was around 31, 32 degrees. Now, across a lot of the Midwest, especially in parts of Iowa and Missouri, we're down to the negatives, with some areas like around like -5 and everything like that, which is an absolute huge drop in temperature. That's because the cold front moved through there, and the wind chills are starting to set in. We're looking at -20s to -30 wind chills so far, and the winds still haven't even peaked yet. So that's what we're looking at right here. We do have this low pressure system starting to bomb out a little bit. That's why we're starting to see a lot more snow than we did earlier. That's also why there's going to be so much wind, because of that pressure gradient force right there. So definitely something to keep an eye on right here. We have the latest watches and warnings we have right here. All of Illinois is under a winter storm warning. Almost all of Missouri is under a winter storm warning. Almost all of Indiana is under a winter storm warning, with some areas having blizzard warnings, for example. If we go ahead and take a look at LaPorte County, Indiana right here, we're going to go ahead and show you that. Blizzard conditions expected. Total snow accumulations in excess of 6 to 12 inches right there. Snow accumulations in excess of a foot in many areas in Barron and Cass counties in Michigan. Snow accumulation of 6 to 12 inches expected everywhere else. Winds gusting as high as 50 miles per hour. Portions of northern Indiana and southwest and southwest Michigan right there. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Right there, we have a winter storm warning in for the Chicago area. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here it is right here. Perfect. Right here. Total snow accumulations of 3 to 6 inches, with most of the snow occurring this afternoon and evening. Rapidly deteriorating conditions with a period of snowfall rates over 1 inch per hour expected mid to late afternoon. Wind gusts as high as 50 miles per hour expected. Wind chill values of 25 to 35 below expected. That's going to cause frostbite in as little as 20 minutes right there for those guys right there. The big threat with this system is not the snowfall. It's the extreme cold, and in parts of the eastern part of the U.S., the flash freeze that's going to be going on. Because in parts of Maryland and everything like that, it snowed this morning, now it is raining, and when that cold front moves through, it's going to cause a flash freeze, and that's going to cause a lot of issues, especially if you're on the roads. My advice to you right now, if you're in the Midwest for today and tomorrow, is just do not travel. If you absolutely have to, take it very slowly on the roads. The roads are potentially slick, covered in snow. Some of them in the country may not even be treated. So, yeah, you especially have to pay very close attention there. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and show you some more model runs right here. Let's go ahead and pull those up. We're going to go ahead and start with the HER. The 18Z is starting to come in. We should have an idea of what's going on. Let's go ahead and show you the snowfall totals for this, at least until basically, I believe it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. Yeah, we're looking at quite a bit of snowfall right here. We're looking at another 3 inches of snow in St. Louis. Looking at potentially a foot of snow in parts of north Indiana and southwest Michigan right there. But that's all only until 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. So keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead and show you the wrap model. This is the 15Z wrap that we have right here. And the wrap is showing a lot of snowfall right here. Potentially 2 feet of snow in parts of northern Michigan right there. The Upper Peninsula, can't rule out 3 feet of snow up there. And for parts of of western Michigan right here. We're looking at anywhere from 15 to 20 inches of snow right there. And for parts of northwest Indiana, 7, 8, 10, potentially 15 inches of snow as we get closer to the coast right there due to that lake effect. The next one is the NAM model right here. This is the 12Z NAM, and this is something to keep an eye on as well. And this is 84 hours out. This is basically 6 p.m. on Christmas. And take a look at this. The NAM is quite aggressive in western Michigan right here, parts of northwest Indiana, especially with that lake effect right there. The Chicago area is getting less and less snow. We're looking at around 5 to 6 inches for parts of the Chicago area. Parts of northern Indiana seeing 6 to 7 to 8 inches of snow right there. Detroit, Michigan, around 7 inches right there. Next one we're going to go ahead and take a look at is the European model. The latest European is starting to come in, and that's the 240-hour one right there. The European run is basically, it has Chicago getting around 6 inches of snow. Northern Indiana is about the same. But the whole common denominator I'm noticing is that western Michigan is just going to get pummeled by not only lake effect, but basically this whole system that's moving through right here. In parts of western Michigan are already starting to see that snow. Grand Rapids, Muskegon, all those areas that are starting to see snow right there. Very interesting stuff to take a look at. And we'll continue to monitor that here. So that's what the Euro is saying right there. Next one we're going to pull up is the GFS. GFS, same thing. The GFS is being a bit more conservative in the Chicago area, but it's being a bit more liberal, especially in parts of northwest Indiana. 10, 15 inches of snow here. Basically 18 to 24 for parts of Michigan right there, western Michigan, where they're going to see a lot of lake effect. This cyclone is also going to bomb out as well. We're looking at a pressure once it enters Ontario, Canada, for around 960 millibars or so. So that's going to bring up the winds because that pressure gradient force is going to basically be so powerful that it's going to bring all these 50, 60 mile per hour wind gusts to the Great Lakes region and everything like that. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. We're going to continue to update you here on the Pat's Path Predictor channel. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out, helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. So with that being said, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.